Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the night of nights, the end of February 2023. But not only are we saying goodbye to one hell of a month, we're saying hello to one hell of a sexy dude, sexy father saving the universe, one baby Yoda at a time. Mandalorian returns. Cara Dune. We're talking about that. Talking about all sorts of other stuff going on in Hollywood. It's Hollywood After Dark. You know what time it is. You know where you at. Let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. It's gonna be a lot more of a fun evening as we talk about the Mandalorian. It feels good to kind of end the month the way that we are. It feels like spring is almost here, you know, and it's a good kind of spring. It's not going to be the bad kind of spring, like that song from the producers, you know, it's springtime for Hitler in Germany, right? It's a good song. If you've never seen it performed by Will Ferrell, then you haven't seen the 2005 movie, but I don't know about that. But tonight, my friends, is literally all about The Mandalorian. And I do want to quickly pimp out something right quick. I'm a little bit late tonight because I was recording the Patio commentary on Cocaine Bear. The episode drops tomorrow, probably around 9 a.m. Pacific it will drop. And you guys can check that out. Spoiler heavy discussion about the making of the movie and my overall thoughts, which are a lot. And so that's out there. YouTube.com/Patio commentary. Anywhere you get your podcasts is a good way to do that. Help us get to 1,000 subs. We need like 400 more subs to get there. YouTube.com Patio commentary. And joining me tonight to talk about the situation is going to be, oh my God, Sasha Banks. What are you doing here?
You wish I was Sasha Banks. Hell, I wish I was Sasha
I
Banks.
don't know who she is outside of The Mandalorian.
She's a wrestler. Are you serious?
Do you really think I watch wrestling?
I don't either, and I still know who she is.
Do you really? I don't care about wrestling. Wrestling to me is like you know how religious people care what's in the Bible? And I don't care about that either. It's kind of like wrestling, you know? It's like...
Listen, do yourself a favor and look her up, because she has really interesting costumes. Like, she did Sailor Moon in wrestling she's really beautiful. She could put me in a leg lock any day.
I bet she could. Although Aaron World Order says Sasha Banks is no more. So I don't know.
What does that mean? Did she?
She left. She left. I believe the WWE. Right. Let me.
I still wasn't wrong. She still was.
Hold on. I'm just gonna ask a question. Did Sasha Banks leave the WWE?
Well, double tits. I'm shaking mine for you, baby.
All right. So according to Bing Chat, that's going to give me an answer here in a second. But Todd Fayer, $20 right off the bat. Todd, you son of a bitch. Thank you. Says, Jarbo, it's karaoke time. Piano Man singing. I already did Piano Man. And it was bad.
Todd, please.
It was la da da di da di. I don't even know the fucking tune, man. I did it and I put it out of my mind. I suffered like first-hand to eighth-hand embarrassment doing that track. So I don't remember.
Suffered. I was on the panel.
You had every opportunity to mute, and then, well, no, you did try to help out the chorus, I believe.
I did.
So for that, I appreciate. Yeah. But at the same time, man, I'm telling you, bro, I'm just going to like monotone that shit. All right. Cause that's all I can fucking do. But thank you for that, Todd. We'll have to do another karaoke night. Todd's been on me about karaoke, right? He's been on me. He's always like, you should do more karaoke more often, man.
Todd just wants you to abuse your chat.
I'm like, listen, I got bills to pay, so maybe, like I kept going like, we're gonna do an anime red pill night here in fucking in the month of February. Didn't happen. Shit's been crazy though with that though. Shit's been crazy recently. Last night was clearly an indicator of that. But thank you for that, Todd. And then also there was another one here. Samir 20 bones. Thank you, Samir. Mando's back, baby.
Let's go.
That's right. Let's fucking go. Let's oh, by the way, so here's his website. By the way, we can keep this we can keep this. Let me refresh this. Why the hell isn't it counting down? It's a countdown website. And there we go. It's a countdown website. Now it's counting down. Okay. Now it's counting down. 1 hour, 49 minutes, 6 seconds. There it is right there, folks. That is countdown timers drive me up the wall. Because you're watching it slowly.
Oh, shit.
Count down.
I just realized something.
What's that?
Oh my God. If I don't get to watch this tonight, I'm gonna be pissed because I use RJ's, but I got a new computer. So I might have to relog in, but I don't remember his passwords. And he's probably freaking sleeping. Oh, no. No, bro. Hold on. Let me make sure I still have access. Because I'm going to be so pissed. I didn't think about that till now.
Well, there you go. It's just, it is what it is on that one. You gotta check that shit. No, you don't have access to him. You could text him. His ass is probably it's after midnight. His ass is asleep.
He said he was tired. Yeah. Oh wait. I think it auto saved. Hold on. I see the email.
Goober 316 $5. Thank you. Says this is the way. Yes, it is. Absolutely on that one. Thank you so much. I'm so I was talking with HBarts about this earlier, and here's my question to you guys. I know are you guys super hyped for this? Mm-hmm. I'm excited for it, but my hype level going in, it's been 2 years since the end of season 2, right? It's been 2 years since everything else. And so it's at this point, you're just going I kind of feel I'm really wondering how the recap is going to handle all that. I really wonder how the recap is going to do what they can to get you into it, right? Because, the whole thing with Din, it's been 2 years since Din and Grogu separated in the show, but it's been 1 year since they reunited and everything else. But according to let me see this here. According to an interview, Favreau actually confirmed that the events of The Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 take place over many years, and that Grogu actually trained with Luke for 2 years until being reunited with him in the Book of Boba Fett.
Wait. So it was a 2-year gap between...
Yeah, where was that conveyed?
Right. I was going to say that was a 2-year gap between the last season and...
Yeah, right. It was basically, that was supposed to be a 2-year gap. Where was that even remotely explained?
Right, because what? Because we first... Okay.
That to me... Now look, that's something that could be fixed. That's something that could be rectified, okay? They can fix it. But I really do feel like they looked at the Book of Boba Fett and they're like, we've made some mistakes, right? I do. I think even though it did, I think, better than Andor in the overall watch time, that was because more people because here's the thing, looking at the top 10 shows, right? The Disney Plus originals that were on the streaming service for last year, number 1 was The Simpsons. Right, for watch time.
I'm saying you think that Andor did better than Boba Fett?
No, Boba Fett did better than Andor, but literally it was 5 and 6.
Sorry.
It was 5 and 6. Yeah, Boba Fett had Kenobi didn't even register on the list, but Book of Boba Fett and Andor did, which tells me that it's it's weird. What tells me is that Kenobi just didn't have the impact that they wanted it to. And I feel after watching Kenobi, I'm kind of I think it just what I think happened is there just wasn't a lot of repeat viewing. Regardless of what you may think though about Book of Boba Fett and everything else, the show definitely had more going for it than not. You know what I mean? It had more going for it overall that it had its wonky parts, but it was the Return of the Mandalorian, that episode it was gangbusters. Him escaping the Sarlacc pit was great. Everything with the Tusken Raiders was fantastic. I mean, the finale was great.
No.
There was just a lot of craziness that went into the show. There was, again, it was that episode with the fucking bikes that I think was just Robert Rodriguez trying to encapsulate, or honor, I should say, George Lucas's, American Graffiti is what I think it was. It just didn't work out very well. It's like, you know, the modders are interesting in theory, but they weren't executed very well. But Boba Fett was actually overall not a bad show. They had fucking Rancor, for crying out loud. A Rancor tearing through goddamn Mos Espa.
I actually like that.
I wanted more of Danny Trejo as the goddamn Rancor trainer. You know what I mean? Like, because as soon as Danny Trejo showed up, I'm like, yeah, this is a Rodriguez bit, you know. But we got a lot with like Pelimato and a lot more with her character, and we're gonna clearly get more this season. So it is very much all that kind of stuff. Music Man here says, book I heard was just bad. It's not bad. It's not, it has its good stuff, right? It's like, it has its really, really, really good stuff about it, but it has some mid-level shit too. You know, Willie here asked,
once Mando showed up though.
Well, yeah, that's that. And with this thing, everybody wanted more Mando, and they got more Mando, and it's insane. Willie here asking, are they going to show how Yoda became a Jedi Master? Well, Yoda didn't. I mean, maybe I don't quite know how Yoda became one, if they're going to go that far, because Yoda's dead at this point. Yoda's been dead for 5 years, or no, 7 years at this point. So we don't really know. Garrick here asking, why is there such a divide between critics and audiences over Ant-Man 3? Even Campia and Jeremy Johns don't care for it. I think, I don't know. I personally really liked Ant-Man 3. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was very quick to the point, no faking, cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Doing a great job.
You're so dumb. You're so
dumb. You gotta dun 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 dun. Anyway,
I don't know, some people hate when I'm on here, but they're like, they don't acknowledge you are just cringe.
I am cringe. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm 100% cringe
about it. This is not fair. I feel
because you know what it is, Saggy, is because I have kids. I think that's literally it. I think my cringe gets excused because I have children. So it's like, oh, he's just a dad.
There's no excuse for that.
Right? So it's like, I'm a DILF to some of these people, to some of them. Not everybody. I'm a DILF to some of them.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know who. Don't tell me. Make it a surprise. Just don't send me, like, you know, cum soaked underwear at either party. I don't care what you identify as. I don't want that shit. Anyway, biohazard material, my goddamn P.O. box. But anyway, the point is, it's just, I think with Ant-Man and the Wasp, people are just, they're not quite there yet, right? Phase 4 was a bit rocky. They're now establishing the villain. Once we get into Loki season 2 and getting into Kang Dynasty and into Secret Wars, like, they're going to kick this motherfucker off. It's going to be insane. And I think people are going to come back and look at Ant-Man and the Wasp probably more favorably, probably more so than they did with Ant-Man and the Wasp from 2019 or 2018, because it set up Endgame, but it still was inconsequential in and of itself. This movie actually had stakes. There was a threatening villain. It was a fun movie. Bill Murray kicked ass. I had a lot of fun with that shit. Thank you for that one, Garrick. Hold on here. There's a couple supers here. All right. This cat don't play says this cat is so baked. Facts. Don't itch your groin after applying Icy Hot. Is it true Saggy has OnlyFans? What is life? What is you? I'm so baked.
Well, okay then.
Okie dokie there. Okie dokie artichoke. So what we've got is all right. So yes, you don't want to itch your groin after applying Icy Hot. That is true. You also don't want to spray cologne on your groin. That is also true. That is a very painful experience. I would acknowledge from personal firsthand experience. And then, is it true Saggy has OnlyFans? Saggy had, past tense, had OnlyFans.
I had an OnlyFans. Now I have a NoLyFans.
Yeah. And I have a BronlyFans.
You have a BronyFans?
BronlyFans. BronlyFans.
Yeah, I heard
it's for bears.
No, Brony.
I mean, like, if I would, you know what? I mean, I could put on a freaking a Twilight Sparkle onesie, clop around.
I'm gonna give you a pass for even knowing that because you have kids. So
I have a 5-year-old and a fucking 3-year-old. My Little Pony's been around for a long. Whatever they watch is something I generally end up showing them outside of their tablet. Okay, so it's like but here's the thing: is I remember I've watched the documentaries about My Little Pony. I've watched the documentaries. There was that one. There's 2 of them that came out like in 2013. I watched both of them. There was one that was on Netflix about like the rise of bronies or whatever. And then there was another one that kind of dealt with, I think, like the con side of things. And they were interesting. Like, I think brony culture is very fascinating because they're very, very, very dedicated and they very much keep to themselves. So it's kind of like you don't know what goes on there. It's very secretive, very Bohemian Grove type shit happening. I think they probably pray to an altar. Maybe they sacrifice a child or two. Who knows? It's a weird place to be. No, there wouldn't be any children because none of those guys have children. MLP is their children.
Oh my god, I can't believe RJ right now. He picked the worst time to go to bed. His phone is silenced because we have iPhones and you can put and it tells you if it's on silence mode. But I think you can interrupt it if you send a message. It's like the phone is on silence mode. You sure it's here? And he's not answering. So like now I'm digging through our DMs, seeing like looking for it. And I'm like, Jesus, we talk a lot. This is crazy. I can't even find the freaking password.
Well, yeah, I'll help you with that. All right, later on. HBarts for a $5. Thank you, buddy. Not sure if you can explain it, but why is it I'm just meh with big franchises right now? You know, okay. So I think a lot of it boils down, interestingly enough, I think a lot of it boils down to the fact that we've just been inundated with big franchises for like years now, right? Like that is what they pump all the money into marketing. I mean, look at Shazam. Shazam comes out here relatively soon. There's like no marketing for it. There's no marketing for it in any conceivable way. I mean, even to the point of where the director's on Twitter going like, if you guys want to see more Shazam, I mean, this movie, you know, can easily be worked into the DCU, the new stuff. So you better go see it if you want that to happen. Like otherwise, like they're just not going to do anything with it, you know. And David F. Sandberg's very open about that. And so I think when it comes to some of these movies, you know, we maybe get hyped up. You've got Zap here makes an interesting point saying it's hard to tell with critics sometimes. I went into Jurassic World Dominion with rock bottom expectations because of critics and word of mouth, and I ended up loving it. That can happen, right? Like I went into Cocaine Bear with over the top expectations and ended up being wildly disappointed by it, you know? And I don't even like the critics had nothing to do with that. The movie just wasn't the greatest. I think when it comes to franchise stuff right now, I think a lot of people, I don't know. I mean, if people are just watching it at home and it's just stuff that's being built for the big screen, but it's not enough to coax us out, you know, I mean, maybe it's not fresh enough anymore, right? Like HBarts, let me ask you this. Like if Avatar 3 was coming in a month, would you be excited for Avatar 3? That ends up being a question, right? Because I know you are a recent Avatar convert. So, you know, would you be excited for that? Would you go out and see that sort of thing? I mean, it's just, I don't know what it's going to take to get people excited again, but I think the 3 years of a pandemic has just kind of like shown the flaws of Hollywood and like what they put money into. Whereas, you know, smaller, more interesting films can have an impact if done correctly. And that's kind of where, you know, look at Terrifier, for crying out loud. I mean, horror movies have been really fascinating recently. I am more interested in lower budget horror films and even fucking anime to some extent, right? And we'll talk a little bit about that anime thing, Saggy, a little later. But it's like, for me personally, I'm just like, I don't know. Like I'll go see these movies, but like even I'll tell you this, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, I went in kind of begrudgingly. I was like, I just, you know, I don't know if I need to rush out to go see this. And I thought it was okay. And I'm like, it's a one-time watch for me. And then Ant-Man came out and I was kind of feeling the same way. And I was going to go see it opening day. And then my girlfriend got sick and I couldn't go and I had to push it back a week. And I was like, I was kind of relieved when I didn't go see it. I was like, oh, phew. Right. Like I just wasn't in the mood to rush out to go see it. But then when I did sit down to watch it, I was like, fuck, I love this goddamn movie. So it's like, you know, you got to kind of just like realize that you're going into these movies that are meant to be spectacles and they're meant to demand your attention. And maybe there's just a lot going on in your personal life where you just can't give it. And that's something there to consider. But thank you. Saki, what do you think about that? You think I'm onto something or I'm wrong?
I was signing up for Disney Plus and just saying screw it, pay for it, and I didn't hear a goddamn word you said.
That's perfectly fine. Perfectly
I agree
fine
with you. Everything you said is spot on.
Thank you. That's how you should always answer. Everything Matt says is right, unless he's holding a puppet.
Yeah, please.
Anyway, Ryan here says, I'd like to show you the first clip of Box Down, 17 seconds. Yeah, man, send that over. We'll check it out a little bit later. Thank you for that, Ryan. All right. And then H-Barts here also says Ant-Man 3 was great. Can't wait for more Kang. Hell yeah, dude. Let's see. Kenneth here asking, are you going to pick up the new Rocky 1 to 4 4K box set? HBart sent me Rocky 1 through 6 on Blu-ray for Christmas. So no, I'm not going to get Rocky 1 through 4 in 4K. I still need to find time to watch Rocky 1 through 6 on the Blu-ray. so there's that. But thank you. Also it says Matt's a brony. Matt's not a brony. I've watched like 3 episodes of the show, but the My Little Pony movie that came out on Netflix a couple years ago. Have you seen that one? With like Vanessa Hudgens? It's like straight up Ken Jeong's in the movie, and he becomes like a fascist pony. It's crazy. It's like all the pony types are divided. They all hate each other, right? All the pony types, like unicorns and Pegasi, and I don't know what the other ones are. Flat feet, cousin humpers. I got no idea. But they're all separated and whatever, and it's up to one plucky one that's like, we got to go find out what's going on, and you got to restore magic, and they end up like going through the different lands and picking up, kind of ne'er-do-wells and shit and forming their own little posse. Then they go and they save the day, and friendship is magic, and they reunite the world. That was actually not bad. I watched that with my kids. That was not terrible. That was actually all right. Not enough to get me to want to go watch the show, because I'm 40. And if I go down that path, feel free to just, double tap me. Okay. Like if I all of a sudden start going like, hey guys, do you want to watch some Friendship is Magic? We'll fire up a StreamYard link to watch it privately.
Oh.
Then wow. God, that's disgusting that could you drown a toddler in your panties right now? That's my question.
What? What the that, bro? Can you not?
There we go. Got to do it. Anyway, Samir for 10 more. Thank you so much, Samir. Says, keep my composure when it's time to let loose. Magnetized by the mic while I kick my juice. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while DJ Shay revolves it. Dun 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 da da dun 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 da da dun. Man, I love that shit. Like when I still love that song. I don't give a fuck. What's funny is I heard Ice Ice Baby before I heard Under Pressure.
Okay, first of all, stop talking, because number one, screw everything you said. The best song that Vanilla Ice ever came out with was obviously, clearly the Ninja Rap. Like, shut up.
What? I'm saying it's the first one I heard.
No, but that one gets thrown out the window. It was the Ninja Rap. Best thing he ever made. Ninja rap, ninja rap. Go ninja, go ninja,
go ninja, go. Yeah, I could see that being.
That was catchier than Ice Ice Baby.
No, it wasn't. No,
yes,
it wasn't. No, it
Are
wasn't. What are you talking about?
Are you serious?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? You really think that the Ice Ice Baby was more catchier?
Are you fucking
than
kidding
Rap?
me? Yeah, Ice Ice Baby was on the radio. The Ninja Rap was only on the cassette soundtrack. All right, and in the movie, we all knew the song because we were all kids. We all went to go see the movie a bunch of times because it was,
whatever.
All right, no, like I bought a combination album once. It was Vanilla Ice's and MC Hammer's greatest hits, like merged into one album, which is like $5. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll get fucking Too Legit to Quit and everything. Right? Like
okay.
I loved MC Hammer. His Addams Family raps were great, parachute pants.
The lyrics for Ice Ice Baby were shit compared to the lyrics for Ninja Rap. The lyrics for Ninja Rap were, in my opinion, even though both songs, he's not the greatest rapper, but if I had to pick one of his best ones, Ninja Rap, dude. Like,
fine, no, that's fine. It's a good track, but I mean, it's like we're talking about the overall popularity with like the general public. Okay, like people were furious at like when they heard like Ice Ice Baby because like Under Pressure has the same like hook to it. Is that what it's called? I don't know music.
Yeah,
right?
It was sampled. It was a sample.
Same sample. Where it's like dun 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 dun. Right. Well then, but then you got the Ice Ice Baby one. Is like dun 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 dun. dun and it's like it's the
only way he got away with that.
I know, right? Yeah, like but it's like, but growing up though, that's what I heard. Like that was what I heard. When MTV was playing that shit, right? It wasn't until I got older when I heard the Freddie Mercury Bowie song or whatever, and I'm like, what is this? I heard it, and I'm all like, what are they doing copying Ice Ice Baby, right? I didn't know. And my friend was like, "Are you stupid?" But he didn't use that word. He used a very offensive word with a very, very hard R. And,
I would have called you a too. I
You know,
100%
and I'm
felt
just
that.
like, and I'm like, I don't know this shit. Like, I never heard this crap growing up because I grew up listening to like fucking Ozzy and listening to Aerosmith and like STP and fucking, like metal bands and rock and roll bands and shit. That's what my stepdad listened to. So I didn't listen to, I remember like, but I also like pop music and shit, right? So it's like I knew Queen, but I never really listened to Bowie. So I didn't really know about Under Pressure. And then I heard it finally, and I was like, "Oh, this song's great! Like, it's so much better than Ice Ice Baby." But I'm just saying, like, my experience though was that.
Do you remember when Kanye West did a song with Paul McCartney?
Yeah, I remember. I never heard it, but I remember the online response, like, "Yo, man, like Kanye is about ready to launch his whole dude's career."
Bro, I know. As soon as I saw that, I put my head down. I was like, this is why the Tide Pod challenge happened. This is why it was necessary. I hate this generation. I was so pissed. I'm like, you people are so uncultured. Yeah, when I saw that, yo, I don't know who this Paul McCartney dude is, but Kanye West just made him famous. I'm like, oh honey, no, no. Why have your parents failed you in life? Oh my god. The moments like that, I'm like, God, why didn't your mother swallow?
Yeah, well, that's a lot of times that question gets asked, I think, these days. But
It's so
anyway,
awful.
yeah. All right, H parts for a $5. Thank you, buddy. Says Avatar 3, I want now. Something like Mando, I'm not excited about. Not excited at all, even though I love the show. I think once it's been so long, I think that's kind of the point. It's like with Avatar, you came into it, right? You and I were talking about this, and he's all like, because he didn't even watch the first Avatar until literally right before going to see part 2. So like a couple days beforehand. So he didn't have to wait the 13 years. Like the rest of us had to wait 13 years. So like he didn't have that buildup. And I get that. It's been 2 years. Star Wars has kind of been, hit or miss a little bit on Disney Plus. It doesn't feel like they've done a lot to really kind of ramp up the excitement. And I think a lot of that has to do with Saggy with the fact there hasn't been a big theatrical release. And I think that the theatrical release is what they put a lot of money into marketing wise. And that kind of sets the hype. And this kind of works with it. So now this is kind of Mando on its own. There's no movie. Keep in mind, there's been no movie since the first season of Mando. But Mando season 1 was so good that people a year later were excited for Mando season 2, the story to continue, knowing we were going to get more with like Ahsoka and we were going to get more with like fucking the Rangers of the New Republic and all that shit. And then they had to take a year off for whatever reason, and they gave us Book of Boba Fett, which again kind of hit or miss, maybe a little lackluster at points. So people out there were just getting like super.
Wait. I have a question for you because I'm listening and I need to cut across you because I need to just ask a simple question, yes or no. Are you saying there's no hype for The Mandalorian?
I'm not saying there's no hype for The Mandalorian. I'm saying like there are people out there that are like I've been getting this from a fair amount of people that have been saying to me that they are not hyped for Mando season 3. They're gonna watch it, right? They want to watch it, but that desire, that spark, that like this dude, I gotta see this. Like it's not there. And I really feel, if you want my honest fucking opinion, guys, I think one of the biggest factors of this, and this is exactly what Disney should have done, and they were stupid to not fucking do it, is they should have paid AMC and Regal and Cinemark and all those fucking companies to run a trailer for fucking Mandalorian season 3. Or they should have done it where they did like a special 2-episode premiere theatrical tonight. A Fathom event tonight. You know what I mean? Like, come on in and watch the first 2 episodes of The Mandalorian season 3, one night only. All right, that would fucking get some hype going.
So you want to know why I asked?
Why?
Because I had a reason for asking. Because it's funny because I saw on my feed on Twitter, Ryan Kinnell said that there was no hype for Mandalorian.
Oh, right. I saw that earlier today. I did see that earlier today.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, but was he wrong?
Well, so here's the thing. I was sent this. Is this what you're talking about?
He said it on Twitter. I don't watch all of Ryan's.
They're already trying to argue that there's like no hype for this, right? They're just like, oh my, it's just so Star Wars is sad, you guys. Gina Carano is not in the show. Now I don't know if
wasn't there supposed to be, but hold on, wasn't there supposed to be a Cara Dune like story arc in this season? I think
there was supposed to be originally what they had talked about, and this is back in like 2020, was that they were going to do they were going to do a show called The Rangers of the New Republic. Largely, it was the rumor at the time was that it was going to be Cara Dune and Bo-Katan. And that was going to lead into like Ahsoka or around that area. Because remember, like if you've watched Mando season 2, the Ranger is just like, hey, like that there's like some shit going on. Like he's piecing together some stuff that's happening with the remnants of the Empire. He's out there doing the legwork. He brought in Cara Dune to make her a marshal, I think, in order to like bring her into this investigation because she has intimate knowledge of having been a Republic, or a rebel shock trooper, and she works with Mando and knows Grief Karga, and she's been in these adventures in these situations. So she has an understanding of what she's up against, of what they're up against, and might have some insight. And like that could have been something they were going to build. Like they were going to beef up Cara Dune's character in a way that was going to be really, really, really fascinating. And I think one of the bigger interesting situations with that was just like how poorly they fucking handled it. All right. So there's that, but real quick here. Okay. I got some more stuff to get to, but I do want to make sure I get to this one here. Jess Mars, Prime member, 18-month, 3 super chat. Thank you. Says, I think major issue with theaters is the moving to streaming done quickly. People have so much they want to watch, so they'll wait. I mean, I was thinking about this, yesterday, and I'm just like, or today, for example, they moved Mario up 2 days, right?
Did they?
Yeah. Mario is now coming out Wednesday, April 5th instead of Friday, April 7th, which is really weird. But apparently it's because of positive, results in the, test screenings and shit. Well, it's like, my thoughts on that are just like, wait, like the way Universal's been going, they've been dropping their movies on PVOD very quickly, right? Megan, Violent Night, I'm sure Cocaine Bear will be on in the next couple weeks and whatever. Are they going to do that like super quick for fucking Mario? Or are they going to hold it? And it's like, if you look at Avatar's like, hey, it's got legs. It's doing pretty good. We're not putting this motherfucker out until like the summer, like we're not putting it out on Disney Plus until the summer. So people got to go see it. So it's creating that fear of missing out, seeing it in theaters. And Universal, but the thing with Universal is they've done really well. They put out Puss in Boots 2 weeks after it came out on a theatrical. They put it out on PVOD. It's done gangbusters on PVOD, and it still continued to do very well theatrically. Like I've watched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish with my kids now at least 7-8 times, and it's still great. I still love it, and so it's like, I mean, I could take them to go see that in theaters. It's still playing in theaters, but I'm going to hold off on Mario for their first film.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Please, chat, please be nice to me when I ask this. I feel like I have to say that before I say something that's going to tick them off. Like, is the hate for Gina just because of things she said, or you guys just don't like her as an actor? Because I feel like I get it, because I covered this too, and I get it. And here's my thing. Like, I'm very, I won't say I'm lenient when it comes to actors and controversy, but it's like sometimes I look at all these things with these actors that do dumb shit, and it's like, yeah, they do shit, but like, who hasn't said or done dumb shit? Like, we've all done it in our lives. So it's like, I feel kind of bad for Gina, because it's like, like, was her crime really worth the fact that, like, I haven't seen her really do anything except for that one movie that I definitely had no interest in seeing. It wasn't just because it was Gina, it was just because it didn't interest me. But I always feel like bad because I see all this hate for Gina, and I'm like, I mean, it's not, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I liked Cara Dune. I liked Cara Dune's character, and I liked Gina in that role. I thought it was kind of fitting for her. So it kind of sucks because I do really kind of want to see her back in The Mandalorian, and it's kind of upsetting that she won't be. And it's even more upsetting because, like, ever since that, I don't think she hasn't gotten any work with anything major.
Well, okay, so that's a lot there. So all right, we'll quickly touch upon that real quick.
Sorry, I was just curious.
No. There's a lot there. We'll get to the Gina thing here in a second too, because I know I was going to poke a little bit of fun of that tonight. But let me see if I can find the meme here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. This is great. So let's start let's start with this. Okay. I think we need to start with this. If we're going to dive into the Gina Carano situation, and then I will get to the super chats. There's a few that came on, and one specifically for you, and it's a very generous one. And yeah, well, here, I'll just do this real quick. Todd dropped another 20 bones asking if you would sing My Heart Will Go On from Titanic.
If it was earlier, I could probably sing it a lot better because I could project my voice, but it's too late for me to do it, projecting my voice. If you want to, I could do it. I just won't be able to do it that good because I can't project my voice because I'd have to be loud. But I could.
All right. Well, this is it. Well, and I will because it's you feel.
Because it's like Celine Dion. Like I used to I actually can sing. Like I do parody songs on my channel, and I don't sing at all because like the point is to sing bad. Like I joke, but like I do karaoke night. I actually can sing a little bit, but to sing good, I have to really project my vocals. And again, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, almost 2 for me. And my nephew's bedroom is upstairs from me. So I don't want to wake him up. Like, I'm surprised he doesn't wake up from my yelling and screaming sometimes. But
you yell and scream a lot. So I don't even get that. I don't even understand that.
Dude, that kid sleeps like a rock. But I think if I to project my voice a little bit, it would be too much.
Well, we'll try. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. So, all right, back on the subject of Gina Carano. So this is kind of where it started. All right. And we have to go back in time a little bit because it's always fun to go down a road trip. Back to the past. So this is the, if you can see this pretty well. All right. Fans furious over Cara Dune from The Mandalorian and other female characters in Star Wars. You can see here, we've got a Comic Secrets Pros. We got Ethan. Mandalorian gets woke.
Wait, how does it get woke? Because Gina's not there. I'm confused.
Because this is how they received Gina when she first came onto the show. In 2019, episode 4, because she beat Mandalorian in a fight. They matched each other in a fight outside of the cantina in there. So all these people, and this is only some of them, but this is like even Jeremy, those guys were all attacking her. Oh, they get woke. It's just woke. Cara Dune's a woke character. That's what they were doing. That's why it's so goddamn fucking funny that when it came out that she is, out on social media, literally just regurgitating nonsense, that she ends up getting told to shut the fuck up, refuses to shut the fuck up, continues to push bullshit, right? She does the whole like trans thing of the beep bop boop, which I thought she was trolling. I think the trolling pronoun thing, I thought that was pretty funny. Like if I could get away with it, I would do like my pronouns are cash money millionaire. Like, I think it's funny.
That one wasn't a big deal. I mean,
it wasn't but it's like,
I was gonna say the only thing she did, in my opinion, that was poor taste was the Holocaust picture. And again, I get her purpose in using the extremes, but it's never a good idea to get like to use that as examples for something that's not even close to comparison. I think that's where the fence really was. And I understand why she got let go. Because, like, when it comes to Disney, and I've said this many times, like, Disney does not play around with controversy. They don't play around with controversies and scandals. So if you work for Disney, you can't be talking about politics. Like, I'm sorry. I know it's like, well, your freedom of speech. It's like, yeah, freedom of speech, but it's also freedom of employment. Okay. Because Disney does not play games with scandals and controversies. They don't want a part of it, and they will cut you. And maybe nobody kind of expressed that to Gina, that she's working technically for Disney, and it's just not going to go well.
No, she knew. And then even everything else. And I agree with Fandom NSLs here. Let me see this up here. I honestly don't care about Gina's tweets, but as soon as you start making Holocaust comparisons, that is a hard red line.
Right.
And this is the Holocaust comparison that she made.
Right. Right.
And the thing is, people can sit there and try to argue that that's not what she meant. You got no, like she reposted somebody else's meme. She's a moron, right? This is what did it. So what you guys also have to understand about this kind of stuff is that at the time, her agents were attempting to renegotiate a deal with Disney. Her contract was up for renewal. It hadn't been renewed yet. They were trying to come together to figure out a better pay rate for her because she was making $25,000 an episode. So she was only in 4 episodes of each season. So that's about $100,000 per episode that she was making. or per season that she was making. I mean, that's not nothing. That's pretty decent cash, but she probably makes more doing other things anyway. Right. But there's also the licensing and the merchandising and all the other things that are going to be ancillary on the income side of it. Never mind appearance fees. I mean, all sorts of shit. But when she comes out and she says, this, and she's like, she's trying to apply it to Republicans being treated like the Jews because, just whatever. It's so fucking dumb. And a lot of people have tried to defend this and been like, oh no, that's not what she meant, blah, blah, blah. But this is when the Fandom Menace really, really, really came on board. This is when they absolutely came on board and they started just 100% trying to make this.
Because it was about Trump.
Because it was about Gina. It was about, you now have a celebrity who is kind of on their side. She doesn't like vaccine mandates. Fine. Okay, whatever. I get that. But it's like, she doesn't like masks, I mean, I think it's like, it's better to kind of be on the side of caution and shit. But what got me was when she's out there pushing election denial information. And I explained, cause she actually at one point goes, this is what got her to block me, is she was like, well, why is it that there were all the ballot dumps at 2:00 in the morning in Pennsylvania? And I'm just like, I responded and I said, because the way that the GOP-led legislature in the state of Pennsylvania voted was that no mail-in ballot could be counted until the polls closed, meaning that all the in-person voters, which would have largely been for Trump in Pennsylvania, would show him having a massive lead until all of those mail-in ballots came on in, and mail-in ballots largely swing towards Democratic. Now, granted, I paraphrase that, but that's exactly what happened. That is 100% what went down.
I know. Yeah.
And she blocked me. And I didn't say it mean. I wasn't like, you dumb fascist loving bitch. I didn't say nothing like that. I didn't say shit. I was like, this is what's going on. This is the reality of it. And it was too much. It was too much. But then you got someone like Drunk 3PO that's like, my queen, I will nestle myself in your pubis. I will be there for years. I will live off the lice. I will live off the crabs. I will live off the secretion.
Stop bullying Drunk 3PO.
It's my queen. I love you, my
man
queen.
Alone. No, he loves me first of all.
He doesn't. Yeah, he fucking, me. He absolutely, absolutely. No, like Command Unit here says, Gina went literally me for real. Sure.
My point is like, I get it, but like this is why I fucking avoid politics like a friggin' black plate. Like I avoid politics talk every chance I get. I don't care about politics because every time
hold on, Benson. There were not mail-in ballots from dead people, dude. Like the only voter fraud that they discovered was, believe it or not, from Trump fans. You go look it up.
Oh, also, I wanted to address Benson too. I love when people throw the whole masks were proven to do nothing. It's because people were assuming that when people were required to wear masks, that it was supposed to prevent you from. No, it was supposed to prevent the spread. Because if you don't have a mask on, you don't cover your mouth when you sneeze, the germs go farther distance. It's supposed to prevent the germs from going too far. That's why the masks weren't the thing to protect you. It was the masks in the 6-foot distance, because the masks
public distancing. Yeah,
right.
And then same thing with vaccinations. People are like, but you can still get sick if you're vaccinated, but it lessens the spread. Like you get herd immunity at 94%. We still have like I think 15% of American adults with like that haven't been vaccinated. So it's like we're not going to hit herd immunity. So the shit's going to keep around. I'm just saying, it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into all the fucking nonsense, politically speaking, on the COVID shit. But it doesn't really matter, right? Like, it's just, a lot of times, the arguments that are made from many people that are conservative are very bad faith. And in the case of Gina, largely inaccurate, especially for fucking election denial. And that is one of the things I thought was really funny. So we don't have
to argue about the masks and pit thing because it's over. So why are we still talking about it?
I took my kids to school today and all the teachers are wearing masks again. So
some places
are. It's still winter time. Here's
a fun fact. I'm gonna get hate for this. I'm not anti anything. Like I haven't gotten it ever. Like since it started, I haven't gotten a vaccine, but I also don't leave my house often. So I don't, and then when I do leave my house, I still wear a mask. mainly because I just like the mask. I don't like people see my face in public. So I don't know. I was actually one of the people that was happy to wear a mask because I was like, oh, I don't have to have people see my face. That's
I
great.
loved it.
So,
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it.
I
Only
loved it
because
too.
it was like, for one, I live in a chilly state, so like if there's wind chill, just keeps my mouth nice and warm.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a
Like, it was
problem for me.
nice.
It wasn't a
That's
problem for me.
fine. I had no issue with it. Yeah.
A mask mandate was fine for me. I didn't care about
Now,
the
when I
masks.
worked for the census though, and I had to wear it and go to people's houses, that was a little bit different because they sent me out to Trump country essentially, and I'd walk up there and knock on the door, be like, "Hi, my name is Matt. I'm with the United States Census Bureau. Can I ask you a couple questions?" And they'd freak out because here's some guy they don't know wearing a mask, keeping a distance, claiming to be from the government and wanting to know how many people live in your house, what's their names, ages, dates of birth, all that information.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh no, I thought I was going to die in a couple of those situations and whatnot, because you never quite know if you're going to knock on someone's door, and it's like, and there would be the occasion, like in the 2010 census, 9 enumerators died. People died doing the enumerate. Most of it was car accidents, to be honest with you, because you're always you're looking at your phone trying to find out where the hell you're going. Anyway, Jarbo worked for the Census Bureau. I did, and I loved it. I loved it. Oh, if I could work for the Census Bureau again, it would be so much fun.
Jarbo also worked for titty bars on the weekends. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't work for titty bars on the weekend. I knew everyone that worked at titty bars on the weekend, so I never had to pay to get into a titty bar on the weekend.
At a titty bar,
and no, but when I ran for governor after the fact, right, when I was a local celebrity, so to speak, I was invited to strip clubs in order to judge some of their pageants, like Miss Spring Break and whatever.
Matt knows how to work a pole, was what I'm saying.
I know how to watch someone work a pole, Saggy.
Matt,
that's the difference between you and I. I haven't been on a pole.
You've been on a pole.
No, I have not been on a pole. You've been on many poles.
You have titty tassels. Stop fronting.
I have pasties, but for different reasons.
Yeah, those are titty tassels.
They're not titty tassels. They're male pasties. They don't even work that well.
Why do you have male pasties?
So why do I have male pasties? So I've got like, so I have this, I'm being honest with you guys. I have like perpetually hard nipples, right? Like perpetually hard nipples. I don't know why. They're always poking through, and it's a thing. It's a thing. So I'm like, I got to go to this event and like whatever, and I'm just gonna, I was a little self-conscious, so I bought these pasties and shit off of Amazon, and I put them on, and I put them on, and then I put on like a wife beater, and then I put on the overshirt, and then I put on the jacket, and I'm like, ain't no one gonna see some fucking nips, and I'll tell you what though, fucking doesn't matter, like daggers, poked right through. They just went right the fuck through. And I'm just like, this fucking sucks. So it's like, you know what though? Like if I could get elective surgery, I'd just be like, listen, can you guys just get rid of the nips? Like, I don't care if you put fucking coins there. I don't care if you put an RFID chip that gets me through a fucking fucking HVAC lane and goddamn fucking, Seattle traffic. I don't give a shit.
I didn't think he was serious. I'm so sorry. I did not think he was serious. Please tell me you're trolling because I can't. Please. Are you being serious right now, Matt? Are you just joking?
I'm trolling. Yeah, I'm trolling.
Okay, because holy shit. If you were serious, I would have felt really like an asshole. Like, this man had to just explain to you his whole nipple medical condition he has and shit. And we're just airing it on freaking HWAD. I was like, Matt, stop. I don't want to hear about your hard nipples.
Yeah, so it's so anyway.
No.
All right, so let's move on here. Let's go back to the
it makes you feel better. My nipples are always sensitive, so it's okay.
So anyway, all right, so yeah, Cara Dune. Back to Cara Dune. Now that we're off this subject of crazy ass shit there. So anyway, I lost my place here. All right, so Rational here for 5. Thank you. Says some Karen came into the store and was complaining why no one is wearing a mask, and the clerk told her there's no mandate, and Karen got upset. Karen should just wear a mask. Like if I went to the doctor's office the other day, I wore a mask, perfectly fine, no big deal. Everyone in there wore a mask, no one freaked out. Anyway, it is what it is. If the mandate comes back, it's not like we haven't lived through that shit before. Fine.
Hey, listen, no. If the mandate comes back, bitch, let's get our money up. Let's go. I'm down. Who's down to get that paper? Because I'm telling you. No, that was the best thing about that shit, man. Like, after that, I know we're trying to get off the topic, but real quick, but like, I made bank, and I know a lot of people made bank. I can understand why nobody wanted to go back to work, because I'm sitting here like, so y'all had all this money this whole time. You could have just did something like it's digital money, but like you had all this money, you could have been giving us like even just a little bit, all this money out of nowhere to give everybody the couple grand. Like, bro, my taxes last year, whoa, I saw how much money we were making. I'm like, whoa, why am I working?
Wow. I mean, as I have repeatedly pointed out, I did not get that opportunity. So I did not stop working. I did food delivery way more. And then I did Instacart, which I would rather kill myself than ever go back to that again. Which you would think Instacart, not so bad. Not so bad. All you do is you pick up groceries. That's it. That's all you're doing. People are dicks. And it gets really frustrating in many instances. So there's that. And then, I did the census stuff, which was fun. So, that paid well. Made a lot of money on the census because I was the only asshole that would actually work my ass off doing this stuff. But anyway, I agree with Ryan here. 4-day work week should be the minimum. Damn straight. All right. So anyway, but let's go. Okay. So here's a little meme I made tonight for all the people that are going to be upset trolling, Gina Carano fans watching the new season of The Mandalorian. Crying Will Byers meme, everybody, because it's true. It's true.
I'm also crying though.
Cara gone.
No, I want to see Cara Dune. I'm so sad.
She's gonna get poached. She's gonna move to a new thing, right? So oh my God, Benson, stop, dude. You do realize that only one stimmy came in through Biden. One stimmy. The other stimmies came in through Trump. All right.
That's true.
One stimmy came in through Biden. That was it. And that was already going to happen anyway.
And that's true. Because you know why I know that's true is because I was like, damn, I'm going to have to like Trump now.
How could he give away money for votes when like he wasn't even in office during that time? I don't.
Give me money.
Yeah, Gina, I have to go now. My planet needs me. That's right.
Listen, I get it. I liked Cara Dune. This is the thing I hate about this bullshit, right? This is why I'm like, listen, actors, I know y'all have rights to be political and speak your piece on shit, but like, can y'all not, so we can just keep you in the stuff I love to see you in? Can we just not talk about political shit on social media to get you in trouble, please? I want to see Cara Dune. I liked her character. Why, Gina?
Well, because the thing is, though, she thinks that, like, look, so in her mind, she's standing up for what she believes is right, which, okay, fine. Listen, it's been proven that people who are fighters get knocked around a bit. So, but I think she became a useful idiot for other people that validated her thoughts. She fed into confirmation bias, a lot of cognitive dissonance, and the people that were attacking her a couple of years ago for being on the show were now propping her up in a way that she was like, oh, okay, I'll be your spokesperson. And they're like, we're going to give you movie deals. You're going to come work with us. You're going to be exclusively owned by the Daily Wire. You're going to do movies like My Son Hunter, and you're going to do things like Terror on the Prairie. And we all know how those movies turned out. Nobody watched fucking My Son Hunter. The movie that was meant to, alter the course of the 2022 midterm elections did nothing. It was a Breitbart production. They've largely gone down the shitter. And then you had Terror on the Prairie, which for all intents and purposes, it was a functional movie. I watched it. It's a functional movie. I would even watch it again.
Is it a good movie though?
I wouldn't say good. It's functional. It sets out, it accomplishes what it sets out to do. The problem is that, like, for all the guys that are just like, Cara Dune is a woke character, Star Wars went woke. You're telling me that, like, a house mom from, Cara Dune's character is she is a former rebel shock trooper, right? So she went in it to kill Empire. She's from Alderaan. She's pissed off that Alderaan was destroyed by the Death Star. She wanted her revenge. She signed up. She got her revenge. She is hardcore. That's her character, right? So now she's trying to find peace after the fall of the Empire. That's the whole point of her character. Cool. There's motivation there. There's an arc there. We get that. Then you get in to the whole thing with fucking what's it called? To Terror on the Prairie, and she's like, I hate my life. I'm out here, my husband out here doing all sorts of other things. I got my one kid, I got my new baby. I got to protect my family. Well, she doesn't talk like that at all, but it's like that's what she does. She literally just like we spend like 10 minutes with her going through her day, like no dialogue in the movie, just going through her day, like wake up, feed the baby, go out there, get some milk the cow. I guess that's not a euphemism. It's she's out there milking a cow. And then like having small talk with her husband when he was out hunting or trying to find a job and shit. You know what I mean? And then like when all the bad guys show up, she pulls a gun on them and they just don't fucking kill her right away. It's like, there's like 6 of them. There's one of her. She doesn't know how to fucking fire a gun. You know what I mean? She's never like been engaged in combat. Her husband was a former soldier, like Confederate soldier.
You are already boring me with this story.
I'm just telling you, like, yeah, it ain't the greatest thing.
I'm giggling because I'm while you're telling me this boring story, I'm reading the chat, and I love you, Benson, but listen, I don't go to your country and smack the president's dick out of your mouth. Sorry, I was thinking that joke, and it was funnier in my head. It's not funny out loud. It was funnier in my head. Then I said it loud. It's like that was not as good as I thought it was gonna be.
I say bad jokes all the time. I own my cringe. But Saki, goddamn girl. What the fuck? Are you feeling okay?
No.
She's going to be like the one person to laugh herself to death.
It was funnier in my head.
Oh, that can happen. That can happen to everybody. We got command unit here for 6 or thank you, or for 2, thank you. We have herd immunity here, meaning Israel, and no masks anymore. That's good. I'm okay to not wear masks. I'm glad that's behind us, but it's like, to be safe. All right, let's get back to what's going to happen with Cara Dune. What at least get a little bit of info, according to the executive producer Dave Filoni and Rick Famuyiwa on how the series is handling. Shut the fuck up. Handling her leaving. So with season 3 of Mandalorian dropping on Wednesday, and our hero Din Djarin headed to the Mandalorian home planet of Mandalore with the Darksaber in hand, how will the show deal with the departure of Gina Carano's fan fave bounty hunter character Cara Dune? So. And we already know all of this stuff, right? Gina Carano was fired in February 2021, saying Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. She denies that, but you know what? Whatever. Okay, so in a conversation with Deadline, EP Rick Famuyiwa told us that addressing Cara Dune's departure was on the mind of the writers. Famuyiwa directs episodes 1, 7, and 8 of season 3 after previously helming 3 episodes for the Disney Plus show, saying Cara was a big part and continues as a character to be a part of our world. It had to be addressed in the creative, and Jon Favreau took the time to think about that. It was something that was discussed as we knew it was going to have an impact on the show, but at the same time, what has been the heart of the show are the 2 characters, Din Djarin and Grogu. So ultimately, it felt like servicing of that and around the Mandalorians. So asking here, so is Cara Dune out there in the universe just bounty hunting? Filoni says it's a big galaxy and we have many characters in it. Many characters are fighting for their screen time. We'll just have to see as the season unfolds what the adventures are. But it's a great character, someone who is vital to Din Djarin's beginnings. We'll see if he has evolved beyond that. He also says now season 3 is mainly dealing with Mandalore and the Mandalorians and Bo-Katan. So it sounds like there's no Cara Dune. Now, did fans ever call for Gina Carano to return, despite the fact that Fire Gina Carano trended after her 2021 statements? Filoni says it's a great character. He says, I get requests across the board for all types of characters. I've been with Star Wars. It's coming on 20 years. It's a great galaxy. The hardest thing is finding time and space for everyone out there. And then he goes in to talk more about like the characters. Basically, it's just kind of like,
he's not answering that question.
He's like, look, there's a big galaxy out there. Anything could happen. We don't really fucking know.
Yeah, he's not answering.
Yeah, it is all that stuff in there. I know I'm going to get to the super chat. Sorry, we just got sidetracked. But I have everything locked and loaded over here.
Blame me.
I'm not blaming you. I said we got sidetracked.
You looked at me when you said that. I saw your
Right,
eyes.
right. Yeah, I looked at you. I don't even know what direction I'm facing right now. I'm sitting in a darkened room and I don't know which way I'm looking. So whatever way is east from here.
Yeah, it's me.
I'm okay. I'm looking. I don't know. I think I'm looking north. Hold on. Let me turn my chair. Figure this thing out here. I don't have a compass. God damn it.
Ooh, I'm real quick. The Dilbert guy. Sorry, I just want to answer that. Okay, continue.
Oh, the whole thing would oh, Scott Adams. Simple Scotty boy.
I want to move away from all the black people. Oof.
Yeah. I'm done helping black people. What? Did you hear him say he identified as black?
Yeah, that was that whole story is weird. I'm
That
gonna
whole thing is crazy. I was gonna talk about it, but I'm just like, I don't even know. But Fourth Year says, can we get Kanye Dune? That would be great.
No.
Because you know Kanye Dune would blame the Elderanians for their own demise. You know he would. Kanye Dune would be like, the Elderanians, they deserved it. But like, don't you identify as an Elderanian? Yeah, but they deserved it, because you know who's in charge of Alderaan. The Alderanians. They control the banks. They control the media. They control. He would say that too. Even though the Alderanians are the designation for the species or for the race living on the planet, right? The name for everyone living on the planet. Despite their cultural or ethnic heritage, but he still would definitely say like they control the banks, they control the media. Like, did you know that Bail Organa was from Alderaan? All right. Bail Organa, a big part of the rebellion, funding the rebellion, working on the rebellion, clearly controlling the rebellion, fighting back against the Empire, helped bring on their own demise because he controlled the banks. Yeah, we should get Kanye Dune. We should get Kanye Dune as a character.
Jesus Christ. I make myself laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. I did earlier with my awful joke. See,
but like it's very fun. It's very fascinating to do that. You gotta love it though. Okay, so there are some more Star Wars stories to get to, obviously, but we are behind on some super chats, and so obviously I got to get to that. Command Unit here for 2 asking, did you react to Corridor Digital's AI anime? I did see it. I didn't know what it was. Saggy tweeted it out earlier and just said, this slaps. And I was like, all right. I was just sitting on the chair and I was like, all right. And I clicked on it and I was like, oh, what's this? And I watched the whole fucking thing. And I'm like, you know what? I would watch more. I would watch more. So we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. We'll watch the whole thing and talk about it. Todd here for 20 asking if you would please sing My Heart Will Go On. We already covered that one. So I just kind of want to remind you that it's there. H-Bar is here for Fiverr. Thank you. Says, at work, I listen to Metallica, Van Halen, Duran, Queen, etc. And people who are around my age are confused as to why I like old people music.
Because you have an old soul.
Dude, when I was a kid, that was considered old people music too. It transitions time. Transcends time. That's what it is. Transcends time. It's good shit. Now, okay, Fourth here says, because Star Wars is dead, it's now Andromeda and Stargate 1 competitor. What the fuck are you talking about? For one, Stargate SG-1 is like, fans are clamoring for a Stargate show to come to Amazon because they own the rights to it now after they bought fucking MGM. Amazon has said, nah, we good, son. Andromeda was, you're talking about the old Kevin Sorbo 2001 show that was based on an idea created by Gene Roddenberry that was they had a race of characters in that show called the Nietzscheans that were like, named generally after Nietzsche. So there's that. I don't know what Fourth is talking about. This is a weird take. Thank you, though. H-Bars here also says, my friend Elmo want Gina Carano to play Abby in The Last of Us Season 2. Look, Gina Carano is way too buff to play Abby. And way too old to play Abby.
Yeah.
Way too old to play Abby. Abby's going to have to be, like, younger. Gina could be, like, Abby's mom. or whatever. I don't know. I mean, maybe she could get a job as a clicker and then just, you know what? That's her comeback to television is to just get
Ooh,
taken out in an episode of fucking Last of Us.
ooh.
Command Unit here did ask Saggy, what did you think of Quantumania?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's I don't know why you paused on that when you had this weird dramatic pause like I didn't see it.
'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
you said I don't go to theaters. I wait for RJ to give me his fucking Disney Plus password. Shit.
listen, I don't leave the house often anymore. I think the pandemic like broke me. Unless I like am working, I don't really go out. So like going to the movies just seems like right now. And I haven't found a movie that I really just want to go out of my home to see. And so I just wait. But I don't think I want to see Quantumania just because I never was really like Ant-Man was not like the movie for me. Like it was one of those things like I'll probably watch it when it comes to Disney Plus and I'm like got nothing else to watch, but I got no interest in it.
Yeah. I get that. You know what I mean? I understand.
I think maybe I'm just also burnt out of like superhero shit for now. Like I think I
There's
just
there's a lot of that. Yeah, there's a lot of that. But I think the thing I enjoyed about Ant-Man for me was like its focus on family because that was the core impetus of
what
the
is it, the
story.
Fast and the Furious? It's more
No, it's
family.
not. It's not. No, no. Okay, listen. It's a little bit different. Like Paul Rudd and Vin Diesel, two wildly different characters. You know, like Paul Rudd's like, "Hey, what's going on? I'm just kind of everyone's. I'm the nice guy. I'm the fun guy." Vin Diesel's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you while drinking my Corona and racing a quarter mile at a time for pinks,
Right.
the slip, not the pussy, or the hot dog."
Hold on, let me answer this
Do you
question
know
because
what? Do you know what? Do you know what Pink's hot dogs is, Saggy? You ever heard of Pink's?
no.
It's a hot dog company, it's a hot dog stand in LA. And it's like on a weekend night, you're looking at about a 2.5 hour wait to get a fucking hot dog. It's a novelty thing. They're not even that good. They're not even that good. But like I did it one time and I was like, this was not worth it. But Vin Diesel fucking loves it.
I will say this though. Somebody asked, does Sag even watch movies or TV and play games? Yes, I do all of that, but on my channel, I do drama, which is why I come here to primarily talk movie talk. I do watch things, I just don't watch everything. And I do play games. I have a gaming channel that I'm not as active on because I just play video games by myself, not instead of stream it. But yes, I do all those things. I do have some knowledge of entertainment. I just don't always watch the newest, latest things as they come out because I already explained I don't leave my house anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like I take my kids to school. I go to the library. I get work done. I come home. I take a nap, and
Right.
then
Like
and
my
then I
day is I
yeah.
wake up if my dog is home.
The
If my
old what
dog
we're
goes to
saying
work,
is the
I go home.
older you get, the way more routine your life gets. This is
Yeah.
how years slip by. But that's not all bad. What I mean by that is like you're going like, man, it's been 2 years since the last episode of The Mandalorian. Fuck, that seems it just went by in a flash.
Right.
You know, you're like, oh, that's cool. It's why I don't worry anymore. When they say, oh, this has been delayed by like a month or two, I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, it's fine. And because, but like 10, 15 years ago, I'd have been like, you motherfucking piece of shit. I want this shit now. Now I'm like, oh, how long is the delay? 3, 4 months? Yeah, okay. I'm just going to blink and it's going to be here. I'm not even worried about it. There's other shit to worry about. You get really kind of bohemian on that the older you get.
You know what pisses me off though about the whole thing when people ask me if I watch movies because I don't go to theaters is like the one thing I will say that I liked about the like again this is again I know we're not trying to bring up the pandemic stuff so let's not get too much into it but like what that did though is have like they would release stuff close enough for this on streaming services and they're not doing that anymore because they want people back in theaters. It's like yeah but like now I'm just so used to just watching shit at home. Can we just start releasing this stuff like sooner after?
Well, but that's what Universal's doing, as I mentioned. They've got like they put the movie out, and then a couple weeks later it drops to streaming or PVOD, and then it sells well. Like it's actually a model that works for them. But the movies are definitely like the moderate budget. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's that, and then also H Bart's here asking, God damn it, I lost. There we go. Which of the three Kangs do you think is going to be the main villain of the Kang dynasty? I think they're all going to be. Whatever the one in the center was. I'm not going to say who it was because I don't know, and you told me yesterday. I've already forgot their name, but the one in the center, or they're going to merge into one Kang. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be it's just going to be the thing.
It's going to be a giant Kang cursor.
There's going to be a giant Kang orgy. Nothing but Kang. We was Kangs. Let's see. PVOD Cocaine Bear is already for pre-order on iTunes. Yeah. When does it come out, Nerdy Mastermind? When does that come out? Because that's when I'm going to watch it again. Let's see. Did all the delays of The Flash make me that way? No. My interest in The Flash didn't really hit until I saw that trailer, to be honest with you. Like, I would have gone and seen it anyway, right? I would have gone and seen it regardless because it's like I kind of have to. But I was like, but no, it actually legitimately has my interest. It's kind of like, look, Marvel, I know what Marvel's going to do. I know the quality Marvel's going to put out there. So I'm not like feeling like there's not really a big rush, right? Whereas like whatever Sony's doing, I'm kind of interested in because it's different. DC's doing shit that's different. At least it will be this year. Next year, a couple years, we're going to find out more. Whatever James Gunn does and everything else. But yeah, I'm kind of more interested in like the whatever you want to call it. Like the smaller things. Like, by the way, okay, so here's the thing, like, Cocaine Bear. Do you know who the original director of Cocaine Bear was supposed to be?
Who?
The guys behind Radio Silence, who did Ready or Not, Scream 5, and the upcoming Scream 6.
Really?
And I'm like, motherfucker, dude, that would have been the shit. If those guys would have directed it, it would have been such a wild movie. And so it's like, sometimes the director, you can wait, but the director's got to matter. I had a point with that. But anyway, here, HWAD for another $5. Thank you, buddy. He says, Benson can tell you this as well, but the Yellowstone universe is underrated and nobody talks about it. Here's the thing. The people who watch Yellowstone are all they're all boomers. Like everyone I know who's like older loves Yellowstone. It's popular. It's just not popular with the social media crowd. That's the difference. That's the key difference, right? Okay. Oh, March 13th is when Cocaine Bear comes out. God damn. Yes, that's quick. That's quick. So, it's going to be definitely interesting there. All right, let's see here. Ralph's Double Tits here says, Lies, you were trashing the fuck out of the film Jarbo. Remember the flush? I was trashing it because of the Ezra Miller situation, right? Do y'all remember this?
You were two-faced.
No, I'm not two-faced. Nothing like that. I've been fucking honest about that. I said I didn't have an interest in it until I saw the goddamn trailer.
Ooh, I'm calling you out. Yo, who
did I hold on though, but I can trash it. I said I didn't have an interest in it until I saw the trailer.
Listen, who left that comment? Was it Ralph's Double Tits?
Yeah.
This is why fucks with you, Ralph Double Tits. Call his ass out.
Fuck you. I was honest. I said I didn't have interest in it until I saw the trailer. So I was making fun of it. I wasn't championing the movie. I'm like, have I called it the flesh since then? No. Have I brought up this meme since then? No.
What did I say? What did I say?
But this meme is funny. I
mean, because the plunger. It was an homage to the plunger.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's like, because I've broken one.
You broke the plunger.
Yeah, I broke my plunger. Goddamn right, I fucking broke my goddamn. That motherfucker didn't know what it was up to.
What did I tell you? I said, I said, what did I say? What did I always say when we were arguing over the Flash stuff? What did I say?
I don't know.
Do you remember? Yeah, you don't remember. See, that's why you don't. Matt Jarbo doesn't listen to Woman. Confirmed.
No, I don't listen to you.
Yeah, because I'm a woman.
No, because you don't shut the fuck up. It's hard to. You keep talking, and it's hard to follow the thread.
I mean, that's also true.
Because you'll be going like, well, Ezra Miller didn't do this. Ezra Miller didn't do that. By the way, have you guys talked about chocolate pie lately? I love chocolate pie. It's really fucking good. By the way, bubble tea is so good. It ain't cum, Matt Jarbo. It ain't cum at all. But it's good for you. It's got a lot of sugar in it, so it keeps me amped up. By the way, if you guys all talk about Andy Signore's dick, I've seen it. It's bad. It's terrible. It's disgusting looking. It's not as bad, though, as bubble tea.
Do you feel good about that one?
No.
Okay. Well, I told you that it was going to be good, and you're like, and I told you it was going to be good. Listen to Saggy. You really just went off on a friggin' huge spiel about all the things I love, like bubble tea. You're a dick. You're so mean, bro. Bubble tea is amazing. I feel personally targeted whenever I come here.
Whatever. Bubble tea. I feel personally targeted. Shut the fuck up. Blessing here says, that's a summary of Saggy streams. John here says Jarbo was right.
I agreed he was right, but also he's a dick for being right. I can still say that. Nobody said he was wrong.
Hold on here. We got Artie McFly, a new person who I don't recognize. Thank you for the $10. Says Matt Sagi, game preservation is important. Kevin Conroy, final Batman voice, will be in Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, but Rocksteady is forcing players to always have an online connection, even one player mode. Yeah, I know people are not a fan of that. The way I view it is that's modern gaming now. You're not going to be able to get away. I'm playing a Hitman freelancer mode. It's basically offline. There's no reason to have it be online. If I get booted offline, I get booted out of the game. I don't like it, but it's like these publishers are the ones that are forcing it, right? Because they collect all that data and shit. So it's like the key is to just like not buy the game. I don't know if like Hogwarts Legacy requires an always online connection. No freaking idea. Haven't played that one yet either, but it's like I do like games that don't require you to be online, but so many of them do these days. And that's mostly a publisher thing.
Well,
so
they've been trying to do the online thing because they've been trying really hard to convert all their games to digital. And in the beginning, when the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 was launching, like Xbox was going to do that. Like the Microsoft was going to do that. And the gamers were pissed. Like all the stuff they were trying to do. Because like I said, they're trying to do everything digital and get rid of physical copies. But a lot of gamers would not do, they still want their physical copies. So it's like, I think that's what they're trying to do is they're trying to push out physical copies and have everything go digital, which I understand. It makes sense, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, like I'm definitely like not against, having. I like physical media. Like I don't buy much of it anymore because it's easier for me to just have it digital. And I understand that, if like let's say for example, internet goes away or whatever, how are you going to be able to play these games? Well, the problem though is these games all require a fucking online connection. So even if you have a physical copy of it, you still got to pay the fucking online connection, right? So you're still screwed. Basically.
Well, most games now, it's like multiplayer. Like the most popular games are online multiplayer, so you need an internet connection. But like solo games, I don't see why. I mean, I think maybe it's just because so they could do updates. Because like if your game gets like a DLC or something, you're gonna need the internet connection to download the DLC. Or like I said, if it needs to update, it's kind of important to have an internet connection. So I mean, I honestly, I don't know. I'm fine with it, to be quite fair, because at this point, if you don't have online, in this day and age, I mean,
what sucks though is the fact that still a lot of the country doesn't have broadband access, right? A lot of them is very much, it's DSL is the best they can get. And we do have, comparatively speaking to the rest of the world, our broadband access is like our infrastructure in this country is like terrible. So, we should be getting better speeds and things like that. So it sucks, but at the same time, it's just the industry has been doing this for years. So I don't really view it's like the whole thing with Battlefront 2. Everyone's mad at the loot boxes. I'm like, that never bothered me. I don't use them. I've never paid for a fucking loot box. Not once. I've never once done that. And, it's like those are designed for specific players in mind. The whales, they're designed for the whales to come on in and continuously do that kind of shit. So that part sucks because it's like, it is playing up one specific angle. But again, like I didn't play a lot of fucking bad Battlefront 2, until they fixed all that shit. So the key is to just really not play it, unfortunately.
These nuts.
It's a charged conversation because a lot of people have different opinions on that one, right? Let's see here. H Barts for 5, thank you, says 1883 Yellowstone prequel is one of the best miniseries in a long time. So is 1923. You should watch it. It's got Harrison Ford. Yeah, I just don't have Paramount Plus. I do need to get Paramount Plus. Benson here for £2 says Mo Moon needs a boyfriend so he can get over me, or he could just come hang out with you, and then that could be a thing. That would be a very interesting, unique documentary experience
Or y'all can just have angry sex. That usually works.
I don't know what they're into, but whatever. Rational here says on PC you can play offline, no problem. I mean, that's there's stuff with that you can do. It's just it is what it is, guys. It just is what it is. I've again, like my interest in gaming has like largely dipped out in recent years. Not to say that I don't game. I still like to play, but I don't care as much anymore. Because it's like the publishers are going to do what publishers do, and the consumer's always going to get screwed on that deal. And it's very rare that angry customer base is going to be able to actually enact any fucking change, especially in gaming, right? When the vast majority of people aren't online. The fucking Battlefront 2 situation worked out well because it got the attention of like the gaming commission in like Belgium, I think, and so like there was some talks about it. But if you look at the way EA runs anything with like FIFA, Madden, their sports shit, all that crap is all predatory. But like no one ever gives a fuck about that shit, right? Like why is it people are upset? They wanted to cancel fucking EA over the loot box crap because it's like, oh, it's like gambling for kids. But T. Martin and a bunch of other fucking idiots a couple of years ago were literally running a $2 billion SAG, or no, I think it was like a 12, it might've been a $12 million industry of selling CSGO skins, gambling CSGO. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Right. And T. Martin, guess what? That motherfucker, I just saw on YouTube, he was promoting Hogwarts Legacy, right? Wow. This guy was literally promoting gambling and kids were gambling, using this website that he fucking owned, that he developed, that he didn't disclose, that he owned. One guy, there was one of those guys, I forget the name of that dude. This happened right after this whole shit went down. He was in San Diego. He had lost a lot as a result of the CSGO fucking lottery shit, or the skin stuff going down, right? So he got in his McLaren, like his several $100,000 car, drove the wrong way on the 805 northbound in San Diego, and collided into an SUV with a mother and her young daughter. All three of them died.
Oh, shit.
So a fucking content creator who was embroiled in a scamming situation committed suicide and took two other people with him. Nearly a blip. Right? But you know what I mean? Like, it's just people do scummy shit. But unless it's a big fucking corporation, like no one ever really fucking wants to hold anyone to account over that shit. That's all I'm saying on that crap. It's like, it just feels to me like it's so whatever. So, but that's why when people also talk about like the fucking whatever it's called, a lot of this shit with loot boxes, I agree with Ralph's double tits. A lot of them's cosmetic and a lot of it is just, that's it. There are sometimes anything that's pay to win, fuck you. But anything that's like cosmetic based, I don't fucking care. I'm never going to buy it unless I really, really, really want it.
I don't even know many games that are pay to win anymore.
Not many. Many of them have just gone into the cosmetic side.
Yeah, I mean, I spent I can't even tell you how much. I'm not going to tell you how much I spent on Apex Legends, but it was definitely more than it should have been.
I mean, how much money did RJ spend on you for Fortnite? That's my question.
Not that much actually. He's bought me like maybe 4 or 5 skins.
Okay.
So all right, Fortnite's not expensive, by the way. The currency's not that expensive.
Yeah. Well, Fortnite's it's not so bad, isn't it? God, no. I'm thinking Apex is basically dead, right?
I haven't played it in a while, so pretty much.
All I know is that PUBG has got bots, and I can actually win.
So does Fortnite.
I play with the bots.
But so does Fortnite.
Good for fucking Fortnite.
Little bitch. Should have played Fortnite with us.
I think I downloaded it and then I uninstalled it.
Because you never played with us.
Well, it's for one, I can't. Okay, so for one, like I'm not able to. Like I don't have if I was hooked up in my office with it, then I could get on a headset. Otherwise, it's in my bedroom and I have to play with my headphones on, as to not wake up my family.
Okay.
So it's like I can't talk.
Okay.
So if everyone's, I'd be like, yeah. So like, okay, so let's run over the fucking
Bro, I literally
Abba
play with
Hotel.
randoms and I don't talk to them. So what? You're just
Yeah, but if you're playing with your friends, it's a little bit different. Playing with randos is one thing, but if I'm playing with like you and RJ and like I don't know other people, and you guys are all like, I just fucking got that guy, fucking eat shit, skeet skeet, bitch, skeet skeet. I can't celebrate. I'd be like, yeah, good for you, you fucking took that guy out. All right.
I mean,
awesome.
most of the time it's usually just me yelling at RJ because he usually just is like, I'm so good at this game. And then he lets me get knocked down. And then I'm like, RJ, where the fuck were you? Why couldn't you kill that one person with the Naruto skin? And that's usually how our games go.
But that's because RJ is easily distracted by anime.
No, RJ's actually pretty good. I have some pretty good games. But you know what's funny is this mother. Here's the thing, real quick, before you move on. He really was out there trying to deny that because he like you get loot, you pick up stuff, right? So like, what in the game, common courtesy, like if you kill somebody, you get their shit, right? Or you at least get first tips, okay? Because you killed the person. RJ
Okay.
doesn't matter if you kill him. RJ will do it. I caught him in 4K. Honestly, I have the video where I killed somebody and there was like this golden legendary item weapon and I killed the person and then RJ's like, oh, this the weapon, and he goes and runs and goes for it. So I grab it and he's like, no, I want it. I was like, RJ, you didn't even kill the person. This is mine. It was my kills, my spoils. Yeah, RJ's awful when it comes to playing games with loot or anything because he will steal everything. Little fucking blue goblin. Then try to lie on my stream like I don't do that. It's like, bitch, I literally have a video of you doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
Blue goblin.
there you go. You gotta watch out for that. Okay, so we still have 49 minutes until Mando. According to this, actually, it might be less than that now. Maybe a half hour.
40.
No. Where's that? I hold on. Oh no, the browser froze. Let me just 29 minutes. Okay, cool. So what I want to chit chat on tonight for the last little bit of this here is I want to talk about this thing that came up today. I want to start by talking about AI, specifically this right here. So a couple weeks ago, I showed you guys I did the zombie puppet thing, right? I was like more like a zombie Muppet. Here I asked for a zombie made by the Jim Henson Creature Shop, which I thought was pretty cool. This is one of the first generations. I up-resed it. Like, this is a little bit different. This is a little bit like creepier, but then playing with it a little bit more, I got it to look like this.
Whoa.
Which is like way fucking freakier. And like the Abraham Lincoln beard only makes it scarier, in my opinion.
That looks cool.
It looks cool. Like this is a kind of, again, like AI and whatever, right? And so the reason why this is interesting to me is simply because so many fucking people are like, this is a big subject of conversation. I enjoy toying with it for fun. It's for fun and everything else. But we had this thing pop up to, what was it? It's like 2 days ago. And it's this right here. It's anime rock, paper, scissors. Now, this is causing so much interesting shit.
Wait, before you continue, can I just give context so people understand a little bit about it?
Yeah.
So the people who run this channel, they're visual effects guys. Like they specialize in that. They have a lot of videos that they do of parodies of like random stuff like race car driving in cars that are automatically driven, like self-driven cars, like racing and stuff. And they do it in live action, but make it like anime style. And it's actually really good for something as stupid of a concept as we're gonna see. So I'll just give that context so you guys know who these guys are before Matt plays the clip.
Well, it's just I didn't know what this was going into it. I just saw you tweet about it, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And I see Blockatil here says it's not Japanese, so it's not anime. I think that's such a redundant thing to say these days because that's gatekeeping the concept of what anime is. And anime has gone mainstream. Japan doesn't own it, right? Like back in the 70s and 80s and in the 90s even, when this shit was largely relegated to Japan and you could only get it at certain boutiques and it wasn't a mainstream thing. It was known as Japanime or Japanimation. That was largely when it was something that you could argue, well, it only comes from this part of the world, is only like this. At this point now, it is fundamentally a worldwide thing. So no, in my opinion, Japan does not own anime. They originated it, but it has now gone to everywhere else. And so a lot of stuff becomes very inspired by it. And this is one of those things that I think is very interesting. Let's see here. HBars real quick here says, thoughts on deepfake corn. I know it's bad, but can it really be stopped because no one stopped Photoshop? I mean, it's really just, I think it's just people trying to sell it, I think, or make money off of it is one of those things.
It's like, I think with that, it's the people who are profiting off of other people who didn't give their consent, and they're not making any money. I think if these women, especially because it's mostly women that are getting deep faked into corn, I think that if they were making profit off it, and they gave consent, it would be different. But that's the issue, is that other people are better profiting off of their likeness that they didn't even give permission for to use for that.
And that's also a big conversation surrounding AI art at this point in time, right? Because real quick, going back over to this, I don't know what specifically it used to render this. I don't know what it used for inspiration. There's no sources attached to it. So I don't know what it did. It does scrape from a lot of different things. That's one of the things that it does. So it scrapes all that kind of stuff, and you have to kind of just, run with it and go from there. Like even beforehand, I was working on this. This is not even good, but I was like, to kind of celebrate Mandalorian, I was like, oh, a Mandalorian wearing a black and white tuxedo, black and white image, and like, it's not bad. It's not perfect. The helmet's not right, but it's like an interesting image, but like, what did it scrape to get that? That's my question, and everything else. Fourth year says you should take the challenge of making an AI OnlyFans. I saw someone the other night. I think it was on Reddit maybe I just was like, happened to be surfing 4chan. Cause I check out their, what's going on the TV board to see what they're talking about. And so they were talking about, they did Stable Diffusion, and they did like a nude woman, and it was like, like it looked, I don't want to say real enough, but it was like, yeah, this is what people are going to make with this. As soon as this becomes more prevalent, people are going to make a lot of crazy shit. So I have no desire to fuck with AI porn, to be honest with you.
That's actually a good idea, though. I could relaunch my OnlyFans and just put my face on it. It's not my body, so I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, you could clean up all the flaws.
But wait, wouldn't that be like benefiting off of somebody else's body? Yeah, I can't do that.
I mean, well, it depends. It'd be an amalgamation of different bodies. That's kind of the whole point. That's kind of where it's at. You simply just don't know. You simply don't.
Roll this shit.
So this is just, this is wild for me, just from a viewpoint perspective, because of just how they did this. And there's a whole video that apparently they did on how they did it. Mm-hmm. But it's you have to pay for it, and I'm just like, I'm not quite there yet. But
wait, what do you mean you have to pay for it? I literally, it's on their YouTube. They have
is it?
Channel. Yeah, I watched it. Yeah,
how they did it? What?
Yeah, they showed you step by step how they did it. We'll talk about it after.
Okay. I hope I don't get fucking taken down for this. I probably will.
No, but I played it earlier. They didn't take it down.
Okay. Like, I thought this was Castlevania at first.
Father always said that you were the more artistic one.
Have you forgotten you're my twin brother? The Creator dealt us the same hand of cards. I just played mine better. You missed the funeral.
I've only come for the part that matters.
I will not share the crown.
You will never wear it!
I've dedicated my life to governing, and the kingdom is on the precipice of starvation. The throne must be mine, or millions will die.
Have you forgotten you're my twin brother? We were born at the same time. My claim to the throne is just as valid as yours.
Well, I'm sorry you traveled all this way for nothing, brother. I control the city garrison. I'll have you exiled.
Let us not forget the power to settle this lays in the palm of our hands. Do you remember what Father taught us about holy combat?
You dare suggest—
What did Father say, brother?
Here, in this holy house, in front of our Father and the Creator themselves.
For the crown, the throne, and the lives of millions under its rule, I challenge you!
You fool! You know not what you do!
I challenge you to rock, paper, cross blades!
Have you gone insane, brother? You project such confidence, and yet your eye quivers. I know you too well, but if I can read you so clearly, then How can I win? If I can read the slightest detail on your face, you can read mine. We're brothers! We think we're different, but on the seabed of instinct where, like weak sunlight, rays of thought are unable to pierce, we are the same. You will predict my every move.
Poor brother, I can sense your fear. We have spent every day of our lives together. You are an open book to me. It will be trivial to defeat you thanks to my ancient technique.
I can already feel him in my mind. The moment I pick my move, he'll know. For the good of the kingdom, I must win. But how?
One!
The answer is obvious when I think about it, but it terrifies me.
Two!
If he's in my mind, I must have no mind. I must eliminate all thought.
Three!
Yes, if I never make a decision, he will never be able to predict me. It's beautifully perfect. Father, you would be proud.
Shoot! Poetic. It appears we even share similarities in holy combat. No matter, the strategy holds. Onward as planned.
1, 2, 3, shoot!
Again? Does he know my strategy?
2 stones in a row. What are the chances?
Did he steal my notes? Did he follow me into the archives? No. Stay the course.
Don't change a thing. The moment you let a thought enter your head, you lose.
Again! 1, 2, 3, shoot! My heart screams at me to change course, to throw paper and win, but I must not listen!
Is my plan too obvious? To never change the shape of my hand, not a conscious thought in my mind? If I am to be the master of this kingdom, I must start by ruling my mind.
This strains my will to its very limit! Four rocks in a row? Spare us your churlish outbursts!
Father would be proud. Neither prince wavering in their resolve.
He still watches us, silently.
Huh? It can't be.
Yes, it was me. He challenged me to rock, paper, crossblades. And for the wager, our lives!
The crossed blades? Father lost his life with the crossed blades?
The foolish old man had no idea of my power, and neither do you, brother.
Father! It's so obvious I feel like a dullard for not seeing it earlier. We're twins, bound to the same ruts of the roadway of the cosmos. He will only throw stone. It's how he defeated you, and it's how he plans to defeat me. And now that I know his secret, ending this will be trivial. Thank you for helping me see, Father.
For the entire kingdom and the crown!
Let's finish this! 1, 2, 3! Shout!
Oh, you don't have to play this. This is just a
My
promo.
sons.
Yeah, this is just a promo for like
I love
the channel.
how people in the chat are like, "This is cringe." I'm like, yes, that is the point. Thank you. That's literally the point of this whole channel is just cringy anime-esque, like poking fun at anime, but also just making it entertaining. That was the whole point. So if you are cringe, that it succeeded. But I will say this because like I know we were talking about the controversy because there's like a lot of people were giving this a hard time, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna ruin it. It's ruining artists and stuff." I'm like, if you guys watch how this was made, the only real part of that was like AI influence. If you watch the behind the scenes, they basically just took pictures of like themselves, and just generated it through AI to get those images to kind of paste over when they live action shot it. That's it. That's basically all they did.
I mean, there's still the editing, there's still the sound mixing, the sound design, the music, the visual effects that went into that. It's look, here's the thing. This is the thing I enjoy about like the people go, "Oh, this is just cringe." Like, yeah, it's cringe. But at the same time, it's like what they did to make it is very fascinating. Yeah, is it just I was watching, I'm like, it just looks like rotoscoping, which is not a new trait. But if they can find a way to rotoscope and use AI generation on rotoscope, that's interesting. That's something that is new. The writing is definitely, because Fourth here brings up the writing. The writing was clearly over the top. But I think what you have to understand, though, is to a lot of people who don't watch anime, that is how anime sounds.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's why I said it's like it's basically parodying animes by like taking the most absurd situation like rock paper scissors and making it to like a Dragon Ball Z style fighting thing. That's the whole point of it. The writing was intentionally bad to poke fun. And also somebody said Saggy still didn't excuse art robbery. No, it is this is the thing, it's not art robbery, because again, they took, if you watch how they make it, they explain it in the beginning of their video behind the scenes of this specific video we just watched, where the guy is literally saying that you see that they took pictures of themselves, real life pictures of themselves, and just put it through an AI generator to animate it. That's it.
And you can do that, and you can do that with like, I mean, to an extent, like there's Snapchat, you know, there's Snapchat fucking filters that do very similar things. There's TikTok filters that do very similar things. Yeah. It's just, this is where a lot of this like homebrew type of shit's gonna go in a couple fucking years. So I understand. Oh, he's bringing up the writing. Oh, he thought the writing was good. A lot of talent, went into something, making something so over the top. I enjoyed. I actually thought the writing was pretty good. You know, the tricking the one twin into believing that all he's gonna do is just throw fucking rocks, and then at the end he tricks him into throwing paper in order to just win. Like, that was interesting. I mean, if they did a part 2, it'd be very fascinating to see where they go. You know, I mean, it's like, that's kind of, again, like just where, if you've seen what's happening, see, Juwan here says that's not art. The whole thing is art, dude. Art is very subjective. And I think people like, there's this, like I talked about on, you know, on Facebook today, right? Like I'll find the image that I was talking about. I was brainstorming a story. I won't say, necessarily what the story is, because it's still a work in progress, but I was brainstorming the story the other day, and I'm just like, all right, you know, kind of interesting to see what would happen if you know, if a woman, like the main character is a woman, goes to a small town to do something. And so I just put this into Midjourney literally this morning and played with it for a little bit and got this really unique, like, I think this image is interesting. I use oil painting stylings. It's just, I like kind of the symbolism based upon the story, because that's what I put into it. And so it kind of plays out, and I'm like, all right. And I showed this to people I know, and like one of my friends was like bitching at me because she's like, well, my daughter, who's an artist, doesn't need AI. And I'm like, it's like a tool though. She's like, well, she doesn't need it. And I go, yeah, but like, what about that drawing tablet that she uses to animate stuff? Right? She still uses a computer to help her. Well, she had to learn it all. Yeah. And they sell. Hold
on. Wait, I'm sorry, Kumar. It's Corridor didn't steal any art. They took actual pictures of themselves, of real life objects, and animated them through a generator that like basically put it through a filter to use that as in their project. Nothing they did was stolen art. Like nothing they did was stolen art. So, and here's the thing I said on my stream when I covered this. Listen, back in the day, people thought that Kindles were going to replace books. It is 2023. Books still exist. They're still selling. I mean, again, you guys don't understand that even though technology and times are changing, there are still plenty of people who still have use for the things of the old. So, like, especially with art, artists are never going to go anywhere. They're never going to not be utilized because there's always going to be a demand for old school artists, regardless of how much people would use AI. And like I said, AI is this AI stuff that everyone's arguing about, this AI art. It's just a new thing because it's new. So everyone's playing with it. It's a new toy, and everyone's going to play with the new toy. And that's all you're seeing. It's not going to replace artists. And you guys shouldn't be mad with what Corridor is doing, is because they even say it that they're experimenting with AI. They explain it in their video that they're just experimenting with AI to see what they can do with it. And they're not stealing anything. They're using their own physical bodies, turning it into an animation version of themselves, and turning that into what you just saw. It's not them drawing or stealing other people's art at all. So I think people are way over exaggerating what this is. Like, it's different if it was using AI to steal other people's art to transform it and claim it as their own. That's different, but that's not what we're talking about with Corridor. Like, you guys are making it seem like AI is going to replace you. The only thing I will say, the only people right now who should be concerned about what AI is being used for are the voices, because that can be very problematic if you think about it. We've already seen examples of that with what somebody did with a certain somebody, we won't name his name, with what the voices. You can make anyone say anything. You can make Matt Jarbo say racial slurs and people would 100% believe it because it's Matt Jarbo, you know? And voice actors too. Voice actors should be very concerned, because why would they hire a voice actor when you just sample a voice and use that in the future? Because that's what AI is pretty much doing. If anything, I feel like AI is going to definitely, if they're going to replace anyone, it'll be voice actors.
I mean, well, no, I don't believe so. I don't think voice actors are going to get it. I think there's going to be a paradigm shift. I mean, Ryan here, I agree with him. He says, I'm all for experimentation. I have an issue with the ethics of using this technology to profit off of other people's work without their consent.
Correct. That's
now, here's the thing with that, though. If they offer, now what I think is going to happen, and I've mentioned this before, is I do believe that what we're going to see is a situation where artists can put their work, or work that is attributed with a Creative Commons license, where it is open for public dissemination and public alteration, and to make transformative work out of it. We'll see a lot of that entered into these machines. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like, now I've seen a couple of these things where I've seen like the artist's signature pop up. And like, it, you know, in the background of a shot, because it took like a background from something. And like that came with the artist's signature. And I thought that was, I'm like, ooh, that's, yeah, they should really not do that. Yeah. But then again, you also don't know, was that put out there in a common space? We don't know where this stuff comes from. So to argue that it's all theft is actually relatively disingenuous, simply because it's Schrodinger's cat. It's Schrodinger's cat with the situation right now. And legally speaking, people are going to figure it out. You know, there's a lot of videos on YouTube that are like, how I make $20,000 a month selling AI art. And I'm like, I don't like that. You know, I love ChatGPT. I use it every single day. I use it to, like, I sat down. So that picture I showed of the girl in front of in the town.
Yeah.
That's part of a story. I sat down with ChatGPT the other night and I'm like, okay, I want you to pretend to be my writing partner and ask me questions about this story. And it's like, okay. And so I gave it my general premise and it goes, okay. And it's like, here's questions to kind of help get you where you need to go. So it's providing me with an asset to help me figure out how to better tell my story. And it asks follow-up questions and everything else up to that point. So you got to remember that with this kind of stuff, it will go, it's like, this is only the tip of the iceberg. This shit will be expanding in a year. God damn, I wouldn't be surprised if this stuff is available to do on your phone.
Well, you know what? I mean, it is, for the record, it is. you know what would be interesting is I think what artists could do and should do is like play with AI themselves, take their art and incorporate it with AI to do some interesting things with it. I think that, I mean, again, I think that artists are upset because they feel like that they're no longer going to be needed as far as like art, like their art's no longer, it's going to be obsolete because now everyone can do it, right? But again, like I said, there are a lot of things that people like new technology that has come out throughout the decades where people were like, well, this is going to make this obsolete. This is going to make this obsolete. And a lot of the times it hasn't, you know. Cell phones were basically the thing that replaced landlines. A lot of people still use landlines. You know, those didn't go away.
Well, you want to know something really funny is here's the thing. Landlines, traditionally speaking, are dead, right? No one ever talks about that. No one ever talks about how landlines traditionally are dead.
No, they're not, because businesses still use them.
No. What I mean by that is okay, let me explain. New landlines are not landlines. They're VoIP.
Yeah, that's true too.
They're voice over internet protocol. I cannot get a landline to my house.
But if I want house phones.
House phones have been replaced. But I mean by that, even if you want to get a house phone, if you like an older house will have that, but newer houses don't have that. If you go talk to a telecom company, they're largely going to go, well, just use your internet. Just do it all through VoIP, right? You know, and like that. So like, and that's replacing the house phones. Cell phones replace the houses. We
right, but a lot of people these days aren't able to afford the new homes. Everyone will buy.
No, but they'll still. I mean, they still have older ones, yes. But like again, that technology will change. You know, it's like, you know, we got rid of what we changed manual car windows for automatic car windows. Car windows still exist. You know, like things change with the times. Right. YouTube is different now than it was a decade ago. You know, a decade ago, I couldn't live stream like this. You know, it would be a much different process. There were no super chats. There were, you know, there's no ways to highlight a chat on the screen or whatever.
You know what pisses me off the most right now that we're having this conversation? Like, we have AI, we've done cloning of sheep, we have all this technology and stuff. Where the fuck are our flying cars? Jetsons? Like, what's good?
Yeah.
Where are the flying cars?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah. So, okay. So what we have right now is Mando is live. But before we go, there's a 17-second clip here. This is the first clip of Boxtown. This is what Ryan wants to take a look at here. So Tara Strong as Bill the Orphan in Boxtown.
Oh, Sister Sarah, you big silly. There's nothing more godly than helping people. So what could be more wholesome than being a detective? Anyway, could you hold my autographed bottle of stakeout urine? I'm gonna try to get Detective Macy to sign my bag of severed fingers from the severed finger killer.
All right. That looked cute. Oh, that was also, did you see at the end of that was Fry from Family Guy, or Fry from Futurama as AI.
I almost slapped the table.
I'm tired. Okay. I did not sleep much last night.
Are you going to be able to finish The Mandalorian?
The episode is what, 47 minutes or whatever? 37 minutes, which means it's going to be 30 minutes without. Yeah, I'm good. I can go watch it before going to bed. So, Taylor here, I wouldn't trust the average person with the operated flying car. Yeah. 100%.
That's true too.
And he's an Uber driver. He understands people are dumb.
Oh no, they are. That's why I don't think they should. If they ever do come out with flying cars, you're gonna have to go to a lot of classes before you get one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very true. All right, everybody. Well, hey, listen, thank you all so much for hanging out. Let's go watch The Mandalorian.
Bye, everybody. Enjoy the show.
We'll talk to you all tomorrow night. Have a good one.